I've undone all the wires in here and I'm just removing the throttle body unit.
Hours later.
So I opened up the Yamaha fuel pump and measuring device from inside the fuel tank, and I decided I wanted to open it up and take it apart to get access to this filter here, which I assumed was probably pretty dirty and needed a bit of a clean. And lo and behold, as you can see, when I opened it up I found all of this rubbish inside it. It was in the bottom of here, which is the bottom cup of the unit. And the next step I think is probably to potentially take this off and give this a really good wash, or just swish it from side to side inside a fuel tank. Not the fuel tank from the ski, but inside just a container of fuel, and just give it a good clean with petrol. So just taking the bottom of the fuel filter actually just slides on, and it sucks fuel through this bottom unit into the pump. This is the filter, which just seems to be reasonably clean, but around the edges on the inside pretty dirty. Could definitely be better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the hoover to it all, and there is a bit of fuel coming out of that nozzle, but it's fine. To show you the amount of contaminants which came out, that was totally clean before I started, so definitely worth washing that out. You don't want all of those bits in your engine. This black tube came up and went into this piece, and that filter fits in just perfectly in that slot. I can see some sand and grit inside this connector plug. I have a spray for that. It looks like there's some grime in there. Unit, I'm just going to slide this piece back in. going to line up the clips. And it should just snap into place exactly. Yep. So re-clipping in the line of fuel. Snaps together. That just clips on, and that is the fuel pump serviced. Gotta give the top a little bit of a clean, and then it's ready to sit back in the tank. As you can see, it's slightly lifted. When it's clamped down, it's a spring fit into position. This then sits on top. I'm going to give this a good clean first with a wire brush. So we're just going to take this off. And we're just going to clean around this edge. As you can see, some corrosion started to get in next to the motor, but luckily there's nothing else other than just the frame that got touched. Seal at the back, just take it out, give it a clean. Recommendation would just be to put a tiny bit of grease around where that seal goes. Put seal in there. We also have this small seal here. This was very corroded when I initially took it out, so I cleaned it. It's got a unique head on it. It's like a Torx head with a dot in the middle. And that's our throttle body assembly hooked up and ready to go. So I'm going to test the waterways. I saw a video on YouTube where if you pump water into the anode hole in here, water should be spitting out all these cylinders. And if we see a weak flow from one, then we know that that area is lacking in clarity and it's probably built up with gug and crap. So I'm going to stick the hose in there and let's see what we see. Let's have a look now. So these are good. These ones are bad. I'm going to block those, see how the others perform. Not bad. This one's still pretty bad though. I just realised you can remove these giant noodles by just gently pulling them out of their rubber sockets. Just pushed into grommets. And there's just rubber grommets on the insides of those. They need a good clean. I was just working on the prop shaft and there's a single bolt here which has it sheared off. So I just cut it off with the angle grinder flush and I'm going to center punch and try and tap it out of this unit. This holds the plastic cover over the unit in the middle here. I've removed all the plastic tubing from the wires and now I'm going to clean them because they're filthy. These joins, they all need cleaning really badly. See all the assembly laid out. I've cleaned them, and these two pieces are pretty specific, so gave me a clean and they are good. These three are all a bit rusty and slightly damaged, so I have new ones to go in to replace that. This is to replace this one and this one in the middle. So the engine is here and it runs down the back underneath, so it has to be like this. I'm just going to tighten these by hand so I don't know. I know they're not over tightened. There we go, finished.